Hey guys, today I want to show you few very interesting rounds from the recent tournament IEM Chengdu. We will break it down to see what is good, what is bad, and how little things in CS2 actually matter. So let's get into it. So this is a great call from spawn. This is very meta on Ancient, where you have a call just from the beginning, and it's a mid fight with a little bit of a twist, where Cave player actually joins, and then OP is being support development at the early round, and then rotate back to A side. You can see Torsi now holding from A. Important detail is actually that it's Brolan who is making the call here to start this whole play, and you can see that as he enters the cave room right now, it's Torsi who's lining up these two flashes and instantly throwing them. So Brolan is going out through the smoke, while Xerxen and Jimmy is already fighting. So this is very important detail, that Jimmy here gets completely blind and he doesn't spam the bullets, while Xerxen did. He spammed all the magazine, and this is important detail in CS, where you, if you're both blind, it's usually the guy who is closest to the action is going to spam the bullets, because the angle is going to be a little bit easier for him, plus the guy further back is going to recover from the flash earlier. So you don't want to spam like two guys into the choke point, because there could be like a T fiddle his way through the bullets and kill both of you because you both on the reload. So the further guy is never spamming, the closest guy always spams or can spam depending on the timing where he feels like he can kill someone. So Xerxen unloads his magazine. We saw it in the first one. He unloads his magazine right here, almost killed Kyosuke, but Jimmy was there to trade. Even Brolan was actually the one taking the trade, but Jimmy would have taken the trade if there would be this opportunity for him. So, and then we have another important detail, is that this is a 4-man mid fight, but Spink's role is actually super important. Why? Because look at the whole picture. Spinks is a B player, he's not part of this action, but he's doing something very important. So as the mid fight emerges, you can see now that Xerxen, Jimmy and Brolan are all fighting for middle against Kyosuke, gets 1-for-1. You can see immediately that triggers Spinks to throw a defensive smoke to block up ramp, which means that terrorists who would be like, oh damn, there's a lot of them in mid, let's speed up B because there's only probably one player, they cannot go through that smoke anymore, because it would be a pretty easy duel for Spinks to clean up, right? So Spinks blocks upper B, and Nico was about to go there, and he decides to break the smoke to catch Spinks off guard, but he couldn't, and therefore the round prolongs. Okay, there's like a reaction is blocked. Nico goes up for a spam on Spinks, but it's the Spinks who gets better of him. So we can see it right here, that right now we're gonna switch the POV. We have a POV switch to Nico. He breaks the smoke, doesn't see anyone, and the round is basically reset. You can see Kixen looking around, juggling the nades, figuring out a way for a mid-round call. And now Nico gets deleted by Spinks. And now this situation is where I want to end this breakdown, because it's 3v4 situation in favor of Mouse. That's a great call for Mouse. They got a full mid control, plus they get an extra kill by Spinks randomly spamming Nico. The round itself was okay. At this point, this becomes a clutch situation where, you know, individuals have to shine through, and you have to get a little bit crafty with the nades and zoning and taking control. So, spoiler alert, actually Mouse will lose this round, but it's based on, you know, kind of like a good individual performance here. Kixan is going to get an entry back on Brolan in cave, where Brolan is a little bit more committed in an off angle. Yes, it's annoying and probably should have won this fight, but Kixan prevails. Now we get an extra tick on Torsi, which Kixan definitely hurt, and in the end, it's actually Tesses who is going to clean up the whole round by getting a nice shot on Torsi here, spotting Spinks there, and winning another duel. And in the end, it's just Jimmy in an unwinnable 1v3 situation. So, great clawback from Tesses, but the round itself, the tactical and macro part of it, good job from Mouse to actually give them a leeway into the round. Let's move onto another situation. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Why is this whole round kind of good? So this round is actually good for multiple reasons. Why? It's because this could have very well be with the same exact utility not a mid fight, but a lane fight. So what could have happened is that Jimmy, instead of hiding here in the pool, he could have gone with Spinks towards B and they're ready to push lane, while Torzi is throwing exact same flashes. Xertion is just kind of probing middle, he wouldn't commit this heavy into it, and now Brolan, instead of going through the smoke to help middle, he would go through the smoke to fight lane with those flashes from Torzi, and then there would be a Spinks and Jimmy in a position to push down ramp. So instead of a mid fight, this would have been a lane squeeze, or so to speak, and this could be another variation that Mouse are probably running, or I didn't see them doing it in this specific tournament, but it gives you a great leeway to, you know, call and adapt your playstyle to what enemy is doing. Before we move to the next clip, let's have a word from our sponsor of today's video, Pirate Swap. Back in the day, pirates were fearsome. They robbed any valuables they could before sailing away. But those days are gone and pirates are actually really nice now. For example, they take your skins that you don't want and trade them for those which you like. And these guys call themselves Pirate Swap. It's an exchange website for CS2 and allows you to instantly trade, buy or sell your skins. User-friendly interface, offers variety of bonuses, and most importantly, no shady business. Using my code STYKO, you get plus 35% deposit bonus, and in addition, you get extra benefits for first 3 trades up to $30. And for my crypto bros with diamond hands, have no fear, there are plenty of deposit methods which you can choose from. The whole process is super easy. Log in via Steam, set up trade URL and get to trade. Pick a skin you like, confirm and accept it in Steam app for that extra layer of security, and there it is, ready to be used. Don't forget to use my code STYKO to get your 35% bonus and enter active freebies. Thank you Pirate Swap for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back. Next round we have here is this 11-11 round of the final map in the finals. So, as you can see, FURIA starts with a 3-man A stack, but K-Cerato, while making B pressure, is making this kill on Apeks, which is not a B player. This is very important because that suggests that Vitality wanted to go for some kind of a B hit or a B execute or a default B, right? So majority of the players are towards B, which is true. If you look at the radar, right now you have at least 4 players, you know, tucked towards B, and Apeks is already dead. That means that both B players, they do a great reaction here. K-Cerato just mullied short right there, and we have a monster smoke as well, so they want to block any fast B hits at any cost, because they would be just, it would be really hard to hold. So they're using all their utility to buy some time for the round to go on as much as we can, especially after the entry was already made. And because FURIA is 3A, Yekindar here, he needs to make a play. He needs to make a play and disrupt this B hit before it comes. So he plays aggressive in connector. He got mollied away by Mezi right now, so he's just standing behind this molly in front of him. But if he dies, it's okay, because it's still 2 more players behind him towards A to defend the site. Here he actually wins a fight on Mezi. This is very important, and despite 2-man advantage, he hangs around because no rotation is happening. Like, he's, ironically, he's the most aggressive A player right now, but he's the fastest rotation to B, because he needs to flank this B hit if it ever comes. He hangs around, and now Yuri reads that this awkward situation for Yekindar is kind of like not great, and he makes a rotation all the way from long toilets right now. You can see that he is going to run. Okay, now he starts the rotation and clears long, and he's running. Now Yekindar is not playing so aggressive anymore. He's just holding, he's trying to save as much time and control as he can. Now Yuri makes it actually to the B side. And this relieves all the pressure off of Yekindar's shoulder, because he no longer needs to play aggressive. The 2-man advantage is secured. This gives him a leeway to actually go back, which actually is going to happen here. After this awkward fight against Flamesy, he actually gives up this duel and goes back all the way. And that is a great play from Yekindar, because he's no longer needed in this position. He's no longer needed to flank, because there's already a strong 3-man setup on B. And because of that, Yuri is actually going to save a Fallen here from a certain death, from all the way from heaven. I mean, with a flash from heaven, obviously. And in the end, it's a pretty clean round with a no bomb plant for Vitality. They're completely broke. FURIA is on championship point. Vitality being broke, as I said, and yeah, FURIA is on CT side. And spoiler alert, they're actually going to convert and they're going to win the event. And this was probably the last dangerous round that Vitality could have had. And this was a great macro play from especially Yekindar, and FURIA is just going to convert this one. Good stuff, good stuff. Let's move on to the next one. So Astralis is actually a pretty decent nuke team, and the set piece that we're about to see is super useful at pretty much any level. And I want for you as well to notice the smoke fall that they throw outside. But you can play with it on and throw either diagonal wall and default wall, or even newer like vitality wall that counters HE breaks. But for Astralis here, they threw a default wall like this with a little bit of a delay, and now they're setting up for this A hit or A pop or A execute, depends how you want to call it. One thing that I want to notice here is going to be the pathing of Huxi, who is going to entry out, and look how he's instantly wrapping and clearing Tetris plus CT vent and gets an entry as well. So this is how he runs out. Immediately wins a duel here and everything's clear. Notice also that none of the Astralis players, they never expose themselves to a heaven. Even though the backside is smoked and it's kind of annoying to clear that now. But Kyosuke, even if he had a chance there or, you know, balls to peek, he would have found no one. Because this padding was so perfect that the heaven is basically not countering any position that he can kill running out of hut. Another thing I want to mention here is that for door player, this time it's Jabby specifically, he's going to throw this smoke and a molly combo through the smoke, and then he needs to have this HE to break the smoke and go forward to help everyone get onto the side. That is very important to have that HE. If you're not going to have that HE, you're going to most likely die from guy playing CT vent or in front of the door, which counters all the flash positions from people running out of hut. So have that HE ready, and in this specific round, Yabi needs to also destroy the door with an HE. And if he does that, he needs extra HE from a teammate, so he needs to ask for one. This is a very small but very important detail. If you're playing a good amount of nuke, you probably know this already, but to improve in this role, you need to have HE not only at the start of the round, but also on the side hits. Okay, so to keep things fresh, good teams have slight variations of their strats, which add element of surprise. And running this strategy already in the tournament against Falcons, which you just saw, this time they do exact same hit, but with a slight twist that Magisk is not going through hut, but he goes through main. Okay, so notice how Magisk is actually throwing the same exact piece of util, but not from top of the roof, but from top of silo, so he's closer to this main hit. And he gets a freebie on Zaivu, actually. Now what I wanna notice again is that, again, you can throw this round and do this round with a different wall of smokes. Again, for Astralis, they're using the same one, the default wall of smokes here, here, and here. But you can also do the, as I said, the diagonal, which is here and here, or the potential vitality one, which adds like an extra smoke here to prevent all the breaks. So this is how it looks, exact same running path, and the timing of this round is also a little bit different, so you can see that they are doing this like 20 seconds earlier than the previous one. It could be that Vitality are on pretty much the safe round, I would say, so they don't have any nades to counter it, so they just want to play a little bit faster. But that's also a thing to keep in mind, that these best teams, they do different strats on different timings, so they're a little bit less predictable. So this is not the usual video that I make on this channel, I understand, so let me know if you love to see breakdowns like these, and I would do them more often. I spend so much time in game trying to get better, trying to analyze, so sharing it with you is something I can start doing on moving forward. And all I ask for in return would be to hit that subscribe button. It helps a lot. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye. Huge shout out to my coffee members for your continual support, so I can make more videos like this for you. Their name is on the screen right now, and if you want to appear here, to check out my coffee page, where you can gain tons of cool and exclusive perks at various tiers of membership. And when I say they're cool, I mean it. Give it a look, it's worth it. Thank you for making my content better and possible.